Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. We're in the Phillips Arena. The Hawks here in Atlanta playing before their hometown crowd. Tip-off goes to Houston. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Trevor Ariza out there with Ryan Anderson. And it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg. He did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. He won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it's worked well for the Hawks.
No good on the second free throw. You look back last year, and the Hawks were incredible at home last season. Not a bad way to help unveil that beautiful statue of Dominique Wilkins in front of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, and so much went right for the Hawks. And adding that statue up, Neek, was the cherry on top. Very classy move from that organization.
On defense, Atlanta.
Play him tight, come on.
Now here's Beverly. He dishes it to Anderson. Pass to Harden. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Capella. Shot clock at 5. Tries again. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Shooter kicks to Howard. They get a hand on it. And it's Korver in the corner. That's good.
And, you know, for the Hawks last season, they ended with a 35-6 record at home, and that was the best in the East and the second best in the NBA.
Harden against Korver. Harden the pass to Beverly. Harden dishes to Anderson. Kicks it out to Harden. That one goes. Count it. Harden's got his first basket of the night.
And for the Hawks, it was a good year to get the city. No, take that. It was a great year to get the city talking about basketball again. And Atlanta hasn't always rallied behind this team, but boy, did they show up more than usual last season.
Here is Howard. James Harden picking up that last basket. Here's Schroeder. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. A chance now to go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
He has a very specific approach laid out. He told me that they're going to concentrate on working the ball into the paint as much as possible today and taking advantage of what he believes is a significant edge for them on the interior. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Doris. The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game.
Kyle Korver, a true laser. I mean, the most efficient catch-and-shoot jump shooter in the league, and maybe in league history. He tallied the second ever 50-50-90 season a year ago.
Ariza no luck. Atlanta with the ball. They trail by 1. And Bazemore kicks to Howard. 11 feet away. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
Now here's Harden. He kicks to Anderson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Guys, he's got the length to get to the rim, and when he gets there, you never see a clumsy or awkward finish out of him. Everything is smooth and fluid.
Howard Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
The Rockets making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, he looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back, man. His body betrays him. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Harden dishes to Beverly. And Anderson gets to Ariza. Beasley, the pass to Harden. Back to Beasley. Dishes to Ariza. 4 on the clock. There's the 3. The shot, no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
Well, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Here's Bazemore following the score by Houston. Howard kicks it over to Schroeder. Millsap a screen. Schroeder passes to Howard. A second chance effort. It's rebounded by Houston.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Beasley. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Harden gets the bucket.
Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games.
Well, you think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden 3rd overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreek Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with time, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Houston also making some changes. Terrence Jones has checked in for Anderson. Montiel comes in for Trevor Ariza. And Gordon subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Houston in the lead.
And, you know, you think of Harden on the Thunder. They didn't want to give him that max contract. But it's hard to argue that he's not worth every penny.
James Harden with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
For the 3. That's good. Harden's got his 3rd bucket of the night. 36 seconds left in the first quarter of the game.
And guys, when you talk to other players on the Rockets, James Harden more and more becoming a vocal leader. I mean, tremendous confidence and swagger and determination, but that confidence can be contagious, and it's allowing him now to be a leader on this team.
Gordon against Brooks. And the rejection by Harden. The shot is off. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Rockets on top. They lead by 4. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. Chance now to hear from Paul Millsap talking about the confidence of his team.
You know, our attitude approaching the game has been.
Greg, it's got to be more than just attitude, right? I mean, ultimately, don't you have to have guys step up and produce in some cases, or even overproduce?
You do, but really it is about attitude and confidence. I mean, those are the 2 elements that if you bring to the table, you really will will have a chance to beat anyone. And so don't discount that attitude when you're on a roll. They call it getting your swag on today. Back in the day, it was called having your mojo working. So same thing. And you can ride that for quite a ways.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Beasley, Patrick Beverley out there with Gordon. Then there's Moniunas, and it's Capella in at the 5. Now here's Brooks. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Clock at 6. Here's Prince, falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of shooting in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Dwight Howard's checked in for Mike Scott. Millsap comes in for P. Kent Bazemore's checked in for B. And Dennis Schroeder's subbed in for Aaron Brooks.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
And the Hawks making a change here. Korver's checked in.
And with the Rockets' last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. And went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries. And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
To the inside, Bazemore. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Bazemore's got his first bucket of the night. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Ariza kicks to Nene. A stupendous finish in traffic. And the Rockets lead by 3.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Inside, Korver. Korver's got 8.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Anderson, he's checked in for Capella. Here's Schroeder, looking for his first basket still in this one. He feeds it to Millsap. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap, very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
And Millsap went over a 7-foot wingspan and also just a great nose for the ball. He gets you rebounds, blocks, and he leads all power forwards in steals pretty much every season.
Now here's Korver. He's got 8. Howard kicks to Millsap. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. That's 7 points for Paul Millsap.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
And speaking of Millsap's defense, I mean, he can switch out and cover perimeter players as well. His smaller stature gives him that versatility, but then the long wingspan allows him to still bang with the biggies.
Here is Korver following the score by Trevor Ariza. Schroeder, defended by Beverly. Shot clock at 6. Here's Schroeder, defended by Beverly, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. For the Rockets, Terrence Jones comes in for Nene, and James Harden subbed in for Patrick Beverly. For Houston, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Gordon dishes to Anderson. Kicks it out to Gordon. Pass to Ariza. And some nice passing there by Houston. 6 to shoot. There's the 3. That doesn't go either for Ariza. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Schroeder with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That is his first foul of the game for the Hawks. He comes in for Ken Bazemore. And it's Brooks in for Dennis Schroeder. And a change for the Rockets. Michael Beasley. He's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Korver kicks to Brooks. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Houston.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look. And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
On the way, Korver will not go. This is off the front iron. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Harden's shot is off. The Hawks trailing. Howard with a screen on Anderson. And Brooks. Here we go. Got a piece of it. Rockets have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. Harden against Korver. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Korver's got 10 points in the game.
Terrific screen that time by Brooks.
Harden against Korver. It's Harden with the drive. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. This is his first free throw of the game.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%, so no doubt he's pleased with that.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
And both free throws good for James Harden.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Brooks, the pass to Cephalosha. No good on the triple. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Rockets lead by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Houston found themselves in a close game in the first. The largest lead for them during the period was 4. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of... And that'll do it for now as we send you back.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
We've seen James Harden playing a good game here. He has 11 points and a block.
And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country. But now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, he's bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental, and not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent point. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Howard is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then there's Kent Bazemore. Millsap a screen. Now the dish to Schroeder. Uncovered. Good on the jump shot.
And thinking about Michael Beasley's career now, he did have a breakout season in 10 and 11 with the Timberwolves. It was enough to land him a 3-year, $18 million contract with the Suns a couple years ago. Arrow seemed to be pointing up, but then things headed south quickly.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Got a little fancy with the fadeaway on that one.
The Hawks trail by 5. Atlanta calls timeout.
And for last season, it was really just a victory for Beasley to get back in the league. I mean, did not start the season on any team. No doubt he has the skills, but something needs to happen for him in order to stay.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Millsap. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Now here's Schroeder. Bazemore. It's tipped, and he recovers it. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Howard.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
Back to Beverly. And some nice passing there by Houston. Ariza kicks to Beverly. Harden dishes to Capella. 6 on the shot clock. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Paul Millsap picks one up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
Now here's Schroeder. Millsap a screen. Schroeder kicks to Millsap. And he hits it to tie the game up. Millsap's got 11 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Beverly wide open. Sinks the triple. He's got 5.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
And here's Schroeder. Millsap a screen on Beverly. Schroeder passes to Millsap. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Harden dishes to Ariza. And there's the pass to Nene. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Baseline try. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
There's a screen. Bazemore passes to Millsap. Misses off the left iron.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Howard dishes to Schroeder. Millsap a screen. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Schroeder.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
Yeah, that's a winning formula as far as I'm concerned. They've been the aggressors and far more assertive on the offensive end.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Houston with a big group substitution here. Jones checked in for Capella. Moniunas comes in for Nene. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Gordon in for Patrick Beverly. Scott with the screen on Gordon. The feed to Scott. Off the screen, and the jumper falls for him. Now just a 1-point Houston lead.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
And it's Beasley in the corner. Kicks to Moniunas. Here's Harden on the wing. Covered by Cephalosha. Here's Moniunas. offline with his three. For Atlanta, they've gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. Brooks against Gordon. Brooks outside. Scott with a screen on Gordon. The drive by Brooks. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Harden kicks to Montejunas. Right side, Jones. Beasley outside. Pass to Montejunas. The tray. And that one's good. Montejunas has got 5 points so far.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the three ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
There's the pick, and stolen by Gordon. Here's Beasley. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Beasley's got the lead up to 6 now for the Rockets.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he's on the money, that's no doubt. And the jam by Harden.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Rockets ahead, leading by 8. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Here's Beverly. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. We've got Patrick Beverly, Ryan Anderson out there with Trevor Ariza. Then there's Gordon, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot. Now here's Beverly, back to Ariza. 5 on the clock. It's Anderson with the drive. That's good from Ariza on the assist by Anderson. And that's now 6 points for Trevor Ariza. The Hawks trail by 10. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Thabo Sefolosha. There's the pick. Shooter kicks to Millsap. Misses the layup.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Feeds to Anderson. And Beverly kicks to Gordon. Back to Beverly. A baseline J. And Houston again with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Schroeder, the Rockets pull it in. Beverly with the ball. Here's Capella. Banked in off the glass.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots. You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
All right, Doris, thanks. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Now here's Beverly. He dishes it to Anderson. Houston moving it around. Pass to Capella. Out left to the wing. Gordon, the pass to Anderson.
Before getting dinged up, Brian Anderson was rolling. I mean, over the first few seasons of his career, improved in efficiency in all areas. Then he had the back injury, and last season his shooting percentages really went south.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Poked away, stolen by Gordon. For the finish, rips down the breakaway slam.
And they seem to have gotten something out of almost every possession. Their defense has been just as good, just a tremendous performance all the way around.
Yeah, and they're doing it in hostile territory, too. I mean, don't forget about that part of it, which makes it even more impressive.
And getting back to Ryan Anderson, in 2012, he won the NBA's Most Improved Player Award. Then, in the summer of that year, he landed an enormous contract in a sign and trade.
Yeah, and that's the good Ryan Anderson. If he can stay healthy, he's a tremendous asset, and he isn't just a shooter. He can get it done on the backboard as well.
Houston making a switch here. Harden's checked in. Rockets leading by 15. Drops in the layup for 2. Harden's got 19 points.
Now this is just getting ridiculous. They can't possibly keep this up.
Can't remember the last time they missed one. Remarkable shooting here.
Here's Bazemore. Howard's it to Bazemore. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by Capella.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Now here's Schroeder, following the miss by Trevor Ariza. Schroeder passes to Howard. Rockets with the rebound. Anderson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Harden outside. Inside. Here's Capella. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
All right, let's go.
Harden's got 3 assists tonight.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Here's Bazemore. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Kevin, I tell you what, when he gets to the rim like that, he's really hard to stop.
Yeah, he can get up a few notches higher, there's no doubt.
And that's how the game is played on the inside. You can play over the top. You've got a great advantage. Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Howard, so he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. After a rookie season in which he really struggled, Dennis Schroeder made big strides last year.
Yeah, I think pretty much dramatic improvements across the board, Kevin. Really a most improved candidate for sure. He solidified that reserve unit for the Hawks, in my opinion.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Rockets. Now here's Anderson. It's Harden with the drive. Down low, it's stolen by Korver.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Rockets.
Looks that way, Steve. And Clark, what an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, they definitely had a huge edge, and that's in their DNA. Push the pace and to apply pressure from an offensive standpoint. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are exactly the kind of games they can play.
That's fun basketball to watch,
It
too.
sure is. It sure is.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for James Harden. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. Jones comes in for Ryan Anderson. And it's McDaniels in for Patrick Beverly. And so here is Houston following the 3 by Atlanta. Here's McDaniels. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
And that's the dagger right there, really the nail in the coffin.
I'd agree. I mean, they've done a great job of sealing this one, closing it out. And they never backed off, even with the big lead. I love to see teams do that.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for Scott. Millsap comes in for P. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for B. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Aaron Brooks. Houston also making some changes. Capella's checked in, and it's Anderson in for Terrence Jones.
And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany. His teammates give him a hard time about putting mayonnaise on everything. He eats a turkey burger with mayo before every game. And let me tell you, no need to change because he's settling in just fine.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Mike Scott's checked in for Howard. P comes in for Paul Millsap. B's checked in for Cephalosha. And it's Brooks in for Kyle Korver. Jones kicks to McDaniels. 5 to shoot. Back to Jones. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And Schroeder, who's out of Germany, a pretty wealthy country, but he had a pretty hard scrabble upbringing.
Yeah, you know, he had some brushes with authority early on in his life. He's still relatively young, so in the past, I think he's in a really ideal situation in Atlanta right now, though.
Dishes it to Nene. Now here's Harden. He's guarded by Schroeder. From past the arc, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Beasley.
Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had him on the rope, they started throwing haymakers at him.
The whole knockout blow.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Of course.
Well, first off, James, congratulations on the win tonight. What is the mindset of the team right now and the philosophy in your approach?
Our consistency and our attention to detail. You know, we're a young team, but we got to focus on the small things. Our hard work is going to be enough as well.
Well done. Certainly a great team effort. Guys, over to you.
Doris, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated, and now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, James Harden. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting percentage. Wow.
That was the James Harden we've come to know and love, a player that brings nothing but fear to players that have to guard him. I've said this for a while now. He's the best one-on-one player in the NBA. And even if it's not a one-on-one situation, even if you throw the kitchen sink at him, he still gets the job done. It's the confidence, the drive, and the spirit that makes James Harden a superstar.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.